think a lot of this is just indicative of the popularity of Bitcoin as an asset class. It's now the world's most popular investment asset.
Bitcoin News Michael Saylor sees the future. Michael Saylor, the chief executive officer of MicroStrategy, recently stated in an interview with Bloomberg that the company will continue to purchase Bitcoin forever, citing the fact that they consider it to be the exit strategy. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to talk about Bitcoin News Michael Saylor sees the future. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Bitcoin is technically superior to gold, the S&P 500, and real estate, according to Saylor. It is also superior to real estate. These assets have market capitalizations that are higher than Bitcoin, which has a market capitalization of little more than $1 trillion at the moment. Back in the year 2020, MicroStrategy was the first publicly traded corporation to purchase Bitcoin. The company started stockpiling the alpha cryptocurrency immediately after it was introduced. In the beginning of this month, on February 6, the company successfully completed its most recent acquisition of Bitcoin, which contributed 850 Bitcoin with a value of $37.2 million. A macro-level flow of wealth away from established asset classes and toward Bitcoin is something that Saylor anticipates. Apparently, this capital is going to keep flowing into Bitcoin, as stated by Saylor. Bitcoin has a more advanced technical infrastructure than previous asset classes. Taking this into consideration, there is simply no justification for selling the winner in order to purchase the losers, as Saylor asserted. Saylor contends that there is a growing demand for Bitcoin, which is mostly affected by the hunger of investors for exchange-traded fund, ETF, products which were approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission in January.
MicroStrategy is an operating company that can actively manage its capital structure and its business operations with more flexibility than an investment trust, which is what these spot ETFs are.
The supply of spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, has been far in excess of the supply from miners, according to Saylor, who also notes that the supply can sometimes increase by 10 times as much. It was stated by the chief executive officer of MicroStrategy that spot exchange-traded funds had created a gateway for institutional capital to pour into Bitcoin. According to Saylor's point of view, this tendency makes it easier to complete the digital transformation of capital, which involves the transfer of value from an analog ecosystem to a digital one. There is a crucial factor to consider here. Given the present bullish market trend, it may become more difficult for MicroStrategy to purchase additional Bitcoin as the demand for the cryptocurrency increases. When asked about this worry, Saylor responded by stating that his company employs a leveraged strategy for its investing operations. There are presently 190,000 Bitcoins owned by MicroStrategy, which were purchased at an average price of $31,200, resulting in a total cost of $5.93 billion. This is Miami, Florida. The chief executive officer of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, highlighted Bitcoin's long-term survivability in a bad market during Bitcoin 2023, which took place in Miami. This comes after a series of recent failures in the cryptocurrency business. The reason that Bitcoin is so sound, literally sound, is because it is thermodynamically sound, said Saylor. It is like a thermodynamically sound system. He remarked, "It's this masterpiece of engineering because we've created a monetary asset where we've stripped away all the counterparty risks. This is because we've developed a monetary asset." It was his assertion that Bitcoin was special due to the fact that it provided a powerful and profound simplicity that made it possible for other people to participate in the system with fewer risks. To be more specific, he stated that an average user could build digital equity without the attendant hazards of equity, digital commodities without the associated risks of commodities, and computer networks without the associated risks of computers. Saylor, on the other hand, stated that the rest of the cryptocurrency ecosystem was experiencing increased skepticism as a result of a significant number of failures in the industry. These failures included the high-profile disclosures of FTX, Alameda Research, BlockFi, Terra, Luna, and other companies. All of those things, which could be viewed in a negative light, are actually positive for Bitcoin because they are all accelerating the conclusion of the mainstream investor that Bitcoin is special and ethically sound, technically sound, and economically sound, he said. These things are all accelerating the conclusion that Bitcoin is a sustainable and ethically sound cryptocurrency. There is a solution in Bitcoin. Everyone can benefit from using Bitcoin, he said. Saylor notably noted the growing success of the Lightning Network and ordinals as an indicator that the space was heading in the right direction, so that it might be considered beneficial. The conference had just 12,000 people, which is a significant decrease from the number of attendees in prior years, despite Saylor's optimistic tone. With the price of Bitcoin hovering at $43,206 in April of the previous year, the Bitcoin conference that took place the year before struck a more cheerful tone. However, since that time, Bitcoin has experienced a decline of about 40% in value, which is evidence that the bear market is in full swing. Saylor and other Bitcoin maximalists, on the other hand, had very little reason to be concerned about the situation. In the course of his presentation, Saylor asserted that Bitcoin was the most secure financial asset throughout the entire world. By the end of January, Saylor's MicroStrategy had acquired 190,000 Bitcoins at an average price of $31,224 per coin. These Bitcoins were in its possession. The company's holdings are currently worth over $10 billion, with $4 billion of the profit coming from the fact that Bitcoin is currently valued at approximately $52,000. At this time, many investors might be contemplating leaving the company, but Saylor is not one of them. According to Saylor, the value of Bitcoin, which is currently nearing $1 trillion, is competing with the market capitalizations of other asset classes such as gold, real estate, and even the S&P index. All of these asset classes have market capitalizations that are several multiples of Bitcoin.
It's novel, it's digital, it's global, it's unique, and it's uncorrelated to traditional risk assets because it doesn't come with exposure to any given country, currency, company, quarterly result, product cycle, competitor, not to weather, not to war, not to an employee base or supply chain.
Saylor suggested that Bitcoin is better than all of these other cryptocurrencies. According to him, we believe that capital is going to continue flowing from those asset classes into Bitcoin because Bitcoin is technically superior to those asset classes. Given that this is the case, there is simply no reason to sell the winner and to buy the losers, he said. In August of 2020, MicroStrategy began purchasing Bitcoin for the first time, and ever since then, the company has been steadily adding to its portfolio. Alongside the release of its results report for the fourth quarter, the software company relaunched itself as a Bitcoin development company, thereby reaffirming its dedication to the cryptocurrency. That's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.